Welcome back to Character Select. Dave and Savin back for more Pillars of Eternity. And hey, look, it's these people that are going to be like, what do you want? An elf stands on a dais, in the middle of a clearing. The ground is blanketed with leaves in various shades of russet and gold. Her eyes are closed and her arms folded in front of her. A curtain of autumnal yellow hair hangs in front of her face. As you draw near, she lifts her chin and looks at you with shifting hazel eyes.
Greetings, Estremor. You are among the Ovates of the Golden Grove.
Hi, Sagani.
Huh? Oh yeah, it is Sagani.
Said hi, Sagani. Yeah.
And you are...
High Ovate, an ancient elm among poles and saplings. We have taken root in the same soil, and the others grow in my shade. Their roots nourish my soil. My branches give them shelter. Together, we grow.
Your essence churns like an eddy in the stream, Estremor. Speak the questions on your soul. Speak plainly, will you? She gives you a mischievous half-grin while her eyes fade to gray. The words on my lips are the language of the stream-cleaving stones and the wind guiding seeds. If you do not understand, it is because the tongues of Kith have deafened you. All right, I'll speak plainly. Bareth has sent me to end your life. It has continued for too long.
At least he chose someone who wouldn't wrap her intentions in trickery and lies. But what is a god that his voice should carry so far? And what are you that you should so eagerly obey? The gods only have dominion over what we seed, and you would cede matters of life and death to them.
Durance laughs thickly with derision. The gods set the rules and let us do as we will. But that is merely a test, and only a fool thinks he has been ceded anything. You do what your god wants or you face the fire. This woman is about to become an example. Are you any different? You've extended your life beyond its natural span. Through work and wisdom, the greater the tree, the more fruit it may yield. She nods at the ovates gathered in the clearing. They are vines climbing an ancient elm into the sunlight. My growth sustains them. Should our harmony fall prey to a god's jealousy? We should not be slaves to the whims of... That's Romanian. Sorry, let me try that again. We should not be slaves to the whims of the gods, but I find it hard to see what her followers gain from this arrangement. I kind of wish I had 15 resolve, Savin. Not gonna lie.
Resolve is good for persuading people.
Can I? I can. Cool. I'm gonna try. Because I think I have something that boosts my resolve. I don't know if it's good enough. Or are those only based on your base skills, or does it affect...
Nope, they're current.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Just once, I want to convince somebody of a thing. My resolve is 11.
You do not have something that boosts 9 resolve, no. Or sorry, 4 resolve.
I have resolve plus 3.
That's about as high as it goes. And remember, they don't stack, so... Now, if you took that and something that, like a resting bonus, I think those do stack.
Yeah.
Or consumable, actually, yeah. Do you have any drugs?
I
do some drugs.
don't know if I have any drugs. Let's find out. We got sugar.
I know you...
Plus 1 move speed for 20 seconds.
You just need something that gives you plus 1 resolve in your consumables.
Plus 1 damage reduction. Plus 1 con. Yeesh.
You're going to have to actually right-click these things.
I know. Fleet feet. Minus 4 intellect.
That's the opposite. White leaf, maybe?
Goldratt Chew is might.
No. Beer?
No.
No.
Shame.
Ripple
Ripple Sponge?
Other drugs down there?
That's minus 4 resolve. That's not good.
That's the opposite.
Minus
That's the
4
opposite.
resolve. Damn it.
Fruit?
+1 perception. That's funny. Blackson.
Open your crafting menu and see if there's something you can eat. Or craft that you will have plus result. Food-wise.
+2 intellect, +1 perception, +2 might, +1 con, dex.
So close.
Might, intellect, no.
Brutal. No, it's not going to be any of the potions. Well, sucks to suck.
Fuck.
I think you could go get a resting bonus somewhere. If you really want to.
So, for everybody out there that's watching, it's like, I wonder how I should play this game. Get your resolve as high as possible. Because there's nothing in the game that fucking boosts it. Temporarily.
Aside from the resting bonuses and the...
Yeah. Everything else
pad.
can be temporarily boosted. That cannot. Well, we had to go back to Cade Nua anyway, actually.
Yeah.
I must say, I'm impressed.
Alright, Fungus Man, spore it up. I want this place squeaking by the time I get back next.
Careful what you wish for. Oh my god.
What is this, the trouble with tribbles? Uh-oh. Such a weird...
Hey, remember that time
episode.
Captain Kirk came back from the dead with triple DNA?
No?
Good.
Oh, right, yeah, you. I could use help in a personal matter, okay. This is a quest. I'm not going to actually listen to you, but whatever. Little fucking mushroom guys are there. My name is Odana. I fought in the Saints' War, same as most of my kin. I followed orders no more, but between one thing and another, I guess I made a reputation for myself. They call me a hero. Every street I walk down, I get handshakes and comments. The dozens, they act like I'm some figurehead for their schemes. Things I've done, I don't get much sleep. The last thing I need is all this attention. All I want is some peace. Please, you're the only one I can turn to. I don't think any of my companions can help. Sounds like you could use some rest. Head out into the woods, you mean? You won't find any rest in Defiance Bay. Seems like half my neighbors are in the dozens. I have a shit ton of money. You'll be less recognizable outside the Deerwood. I'll give you some coin for the move. That's... wow, I don't know what to say. I can't thank you enough. I'll gather my things, hire the first wagon out. Thank you, milady.
Yay!
Palagina
nice.
gets survival, sure. Deprive the unworthy.
Are you seriously not taking lay on hands on the paladin yet? My god. Actually, wait, don't get that though, but go all the way to the bottom. Healing chain. It's like lay on hands, but it jumps. So much better.
Damn. It doesn't do nearly as much, but it doesn't do nearly as much to one target, but it heals instantly and everybody else instantly. Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey there.
Healing chain, good. Don't forget to rest.
Right. So we need resolve.
And then don't forget to put the item on you. And then let's see if it stacks.
Hey there.
Palagina. Put it on this cloak for a moment.
I know, let's check your character sheets. Ah, did it.
Sweet.
See, that one's hard.
Now, the only problem is, how long does the resting bonus last?
Until your next rest. So...
Are you sure? I thought it was 2 days.
Yes. No.
Okay. I should have bought another camping supplies while I was here.
Amazing. You could fit a whole village in here.
And in fact, we have. Sort of.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Shut up! Yeah, I love that she's...
Where did that proc when no one was there?
I love that that everybody's like, wow, you gave her 5,000 copper to just
I'm sure.
leave? And it's like, I could give anybody 5,000 copper to do anything I want and still have enough copper to do it 2 more times.
Okay, you rich motherfucker.
I own a castle. My hirelings get paid less money per week. Yoink. Alright, having done that...
Nope. Nope. You've
Is that
gone too far.
You're right. Quick save. Just once I want to convince somebody of something. That's all.
Greetings, Estremor. Hi.
Let's do the same
At least
things.
each
Extended your life beyond its natural span. Your growth stunts theirs. They learn nothing apart from you. If this is what you demand of the other Ovates, you're no different than from the Ethic Knoll, or the gods. A storm of protest brews behind her color-shifting eyes. She says nothing for several seconds, but you see the fury slowly drain from her face as her eyes fade to the color of dead leaves. Finally, Arona lowers her head. Your words carry truth and shame. It was never my desire to diminish my followers, but I can see where perhaps my roots left no room for them to grow. Very well. If my season has ended, then let me pass with it. As she closes her eyes, the warmth and color drain from her body. Her breathing slows, her ashen skin stiffening with the dull patina. With the last sigh that leaves her lungs, cracks carve their way across her flesh, dividing it into hardened ridges. Within seconds, Arona has petrified, her bark-encrusted face turned towards the Ovates, below the dais. Thanks for walking away after I convinced your leader to kill herself.
Can you loot her body?
Didn't have a body to loot.
Bang.
I love that we gained reputation with the Ovates for doing that.
You gained reputation with Ethic Knoll, too.
Where the fuck is Ethic Knoll? He will no doubt be nearby. But that still requires that we find out where that is. God damn it. Could be back in Twin Elms? Maybe it's on Burial Isle. An island for burying dead people.
Not quite.
Not quite? Okay, where am I going?
Elm's Reach.
This game's got some pretty significant load times, all things considered.
Yep. Alright, we're going to Blood Sands. So pop your map open and figure out where that is.
Of course, they use blood to sustain their life, so they're in the place called Blood Sands.
And, you know, the dwarf was full of too much blood and exploded.
Well, more like it drained out of him, but yeah.
Squeak, 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 squeak.
Supplicant, tribesman. I'm just gonna walk in. Never mind me. Is this the last step before we actually manage to get to where Theos is?
Yes. Basically.
Not that I'm, upset or tired of this game. I think this is endlessly fascinating. I just want to move on. Wait, essence taken by force may sustain one, but essence given freely empowers many. A dwarven man stands motionless, but near the roaring fire that lights the cavern. Your sacrifice feeds the land, supplicants. Come forth. Gust of smoke curls around him, licking the charred flesh that bulges on his forearms. They suddenly flex. Estramor. The dwarf holds his fists in a tight grip. Your kin doesn't come here to share with the tribes. What do you want? What is this place? Blood Sands. As I said, Estramor invariably visit our halls. The Glanfathans call this place Blood Sands. We call it home. The Ethic Knoll have tended the land from within this cave since before the arrival of the tribes to Twin Elms. Be warned, Estramor. We bleed life to nurture it. Our sacrifices may strike you as savage, but the health of these lands depends on them, and it's unseemly for guests to insult their hosts. Tell me about the sacrifices. Everything must die to return anew, Estramor. Through the sacrificial rites, we offer supplicants the honor of giving their most precious gift back to their brethren, back to their land. The blood gives us strength. Even the Glanfathans have come to depend on the blood paint. They brim with power before battle, all thanks to the sacrifices of their kin. Tell me about the Ethic Knoll. Our order has thrived for generations. Before we came to Twin Elms, our rites fed the lands of the Eastern Mountains. Now we share blood for Air Glanfath. To everything that must end, our sacrifices bring a new beginning. We sustain what's to come. Cool. Blood sacrifice. Well, blood offerings?
No, it's just blood all the way down.
Let's just take our squeaky man here and go deeper in, I guess.
Squeak.
Oh, earth blights. Okay.
They're just vibing.
What? What did I... Oh,
There's
yeah.
a secret.
Isn't this something?
Maybe let's not steal all their shit.
That sounds like coward talk to me.
Archdruid Reston?
Gonna be resting in the dirt pretty soon, if you know what I mean.
As your blood flows, so shall your essence. Your life's energy shall feed the soil, and your soul's energy shall enrich the community. This is by your own choosing, supplicant?
Itheos? Yes.
No, that's the guy from the very beginning of the game, the Caravan Master,
Right.
or Dima.
The dwarf grips a hatchet with both hands and raises it over his head. He throws his shoulders forward and swings the weapon into the elf's chest, connecting with a meaty thump. Blood gushes around the blade and the sacrifices scream rend the air. So, I'm totally okay with your religious beliefs, but could you do this in a more humane way? Fuck. Jesus. Ilha's lips curl with disgust. This is why I prefer the wand to the blade. Despite his earlier agreement, the elf thrashes atop the stone table because he got hit by a fucking axe in the chest, his torso arcing while his arms and legs remain tied in place. Meanwhile, the dwarf spreads his arms wide and allows blood to spatter his robes. When the elf is finally silent and still, the dwarf pulls his hatchet from the body and wipes it on his hem.
Brutal.
Cool.
I want to bring your whole party up there.
Who are you and why are you surrounding me? No reason, just here to talk. The dwarf wears crimson robes that are stained and streaked with dark patches. His face is smooth, but lacking youthful elasticity. It's as if the lines and wrinkles have been formed and erased many times over. He watches you with eyes like two black pits as he wipes his hatchet on his robes. Hail, Estramor.
No one comes to Blood Sands without a purpose. What is yours?
Barath believes it's time you've paid your dues. Then he can descend from his mighty pantheon and tell me himself. What? I can only attack? Who are
I
you?
am the Archdruid of the Ethic Knoll. For centuries it has been my duty to guide our rituals and guard our knowledge. It is work that requires a certain resilience, but it is not without its benefits.
You murdered a man right here. Your simplistic morals do not apply here, Estremor. Murder does not enter into it.
It was a sacrifice, and one willingly entered into. The survival of all things depends on balance. Give and take.
Well, you took everything from him and you're giving back nothing, so... This principle lies at the heart of all power. Expending something of value releases energy that can be channeled by those who know how. All kith, whether or not they care to admit it, practice this. We take the yield of the land and the flesh of beasts to live, and we give our blood and sweat to propagate the things we desire. According to Bareth, you haven't done much giving, Reston. Ah, god damn it.
I am the archdruid of the ethic
I want to know more about your sacrifices, blah, blah, blah. What's war paint? How are you different from the Ovits of the Golden Grove? Some sacrifices, something too costly. Can I not fucking... If I attack him, everybody else is going to attack me.
That seems likely, yes.
Is there not another way around this? Because I don't want everybody to fucking kill me. I don't want to wipe out this entire place either. That seems kind of rude. Which you know is going to happen if I kill their frickin' archbishop. Turn away.
Give me a real challenge.
You didn't see nothing. Alright, Savin, help me out. Is there a non-violent way to do this?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Midwife and Lorekeeper. Are you feeling well? Flawless. Apologies, I should be left to my meditation. Heart of strength is invigorating. Okay. I don't have time for this. Cool.
You ready to kill a pregnant lady, Dave?
I'd really rather not if I could help with it.
Well, you could always not finish the quest.
But I've chosen Bareth. I want to return one person to the wheel, not all of them.
Well, you could always assassinate him without anyone else noticing.
More.
What do you do here? Cool. How do these sacrifices work? Tell me more about the blood sands. I'd like to see what we have for sale.
Ooh, buy those potions of endurance. Fuck heck, this. Oh.
Okay, now I'm actually getting a little on the poor side. But wait! There's more.
Ooh, potions of major regeneration, too.
Hey, would you like just an infinite amount of fucking hoods? And helmets of every fucking shape and size? Why do I have so many fucking hoods? Jesus.
Because you've killed a lot of wizards and rogues.
Sad but true.
Buy those potions of regeneration, too, just in case.
Cool.
Yeah. So there's no way to finish this without just murdering that dude, by the way.
It's fucking annoying. Sorry, I'm just thinking here for a second. God fucking... really annoyed by that Savin. I just looked it up and everybody's like, nope, you just gotta kill this fucker.
Yep.
Well, maintaining the cycle of life and death ain't pretty. But it's gotta be done.
Since when do the gods send mortals to collect? You don't exactly look like the pallid knight. This is the trouble with deities. They meddle in a world that they don't even inhabit. I hope they promised you something better for your next life.
I'll let you know when I get there, but it won't be today. Do. Probably shouldn't be casting Cleansing Flame on a Flame Blight, but hey, here we are. I think they're pissed at me.
Maybe.
Oh, what the hell was that? Somebody kill this fucking chanter, please. Aloth, my dude. Fuck her up. And time to get the flock out of here. Ooh, Purgatory. There's a name for you. Stuff. Alright. So just in case anybody is terribly curious, I believe that kind of pissed off Ethic Knoll a little bit. Little bit.
What? Why would they be mad about you killing their leader and all of his friends?
Yeah?
I don't know. He was clearly a dick.
Well, time to loot their treasury.
Well,
I like how he tried to get away.
Curses!
Pop.
well, we lost more reputation with Ethic Knoll. Can it actually get worse? I don't think it can get worse.
No.
Oh.
There's something you don't see every day.
This is fine.
It didn't do enough damage to kill you. That's amazing.
Blood Testament. Only usable by monk. Well,
Ew. It's a shame there are no monks in this game.
well, unless you make one.
Or play the DLC. Bonk.
It's fine. Gauntlets of Swift Action, plus 15% attack speed? Whoa! Guess who that's going on? As soon as I remember where I put it. Hell yeah. Anybody else need gloves? Everybody else has got gloves. We're good.
Yeah?
And now my crossbow is so
Hey
much
there.
faster, it's ridiculous. Alright, everybody, let's sneak out of here without killing any more people. Cool? Cool. Oh, well. Alright, everybody, let's sneak out of here without killing any more people. Got it? Good. Okay, well. God, this is fucking Vegas all over again, Savin. Jesus. Reminds me of,
Lover beyond sea.
one of the lines in Uncharted 4. Did you ever play the Uncharted games?
Nope.
Okay. Well, suffice to say, in Uncharted 4, there's a point where you're driving, shall we say, recklessly through the streets of Madagascar.
Sure.
And smashing through, like, marketplaces and stuff like that. And at one point, your friend turns to you and says, Nate, yeah, we can never, ever come back to this town.
Yep.
God, I'm not trying to entreat the god of hospitality, I tell you what. I'd be in so much trouble.
Well, that one's so bad.
Oddly enough...
You'd have to kill a pregnant lady.
Yay! Oddly enough, Twin Elms doesn't give a shit. What the gods will... Hey, don't go in there for, like, a day or so.
That's fine, they're used to seeing dead bodies in there.
And if you see anything weirder than normal, it's not my fault. Probably. Why do I feel like Durance's quest is going to come to a head here? Was this Bareth?
Would make a modicum of sense. No.
This one was Bareth.
Yeah.
As you pray to Bareth, you again find yourself on the road. Squinting into the distance, you see a short, pale figure waiting for you. At first you think it's another vision of Archdruid Reston, but then you notice the figure's skeletal frame and rictus grin. He stands in front of another skull gate, but the way leads down, not onward. He beckons for you to approach. That must be the usher. Behind you is a woman, her skin milk pale against her black hair. She wears a suit of armor so dark it seems to suck the light from the stars. The road winds up a mountain beneath her.
A toll, traveler.
And the pallid night.
That's weird. I swear that... I think that's Wodika's voice from the next game.
You drop a few coppers into the pallid knight's hand, and she closes her fist around the coins. You instantly feel a small weight added to your purse. The lord of this road demands a toll of all, but he leads generously that all might travel his road again. Behind her, the usher grins his lipless smile and waits. The road bores into the mountain, and you find yourself in a gigantic cavern. The ceiling curves up and away, and it's dotted with moisture. At this distance, the shining beads look like stars, clustered and scattered in constellations. The usher and the pallid knight lead you up a trail carved into the edge of the cavern. Two identical cave mouths wait up ahead, and you follow the usher into one of them. Standing at the edge and gazing down, you see an endless, ever-changing plain bisected by a road. Only then do you realize that you're no longer on the road. As you follow the road to the point where it disappears below you, you realize that you're standing in one of the eye sockets of a massive skull. The usher points to the road. Archdruid Reston appears below you. He's just as you remembered him, stern and smooth skin. Yet with each step along the road he grows, swelling with blood and essence. His heavy steps become slower and slower until he stops altogether. His distended body fills the path completely.
You met a dwarf traveling this road. What did you do?
Reston had stood in place for too long. I merely set him moving again. The pallid knight's flesh is taut against her skull. She nods once, barely dipping her chin.
Life is kinetic. Forward motion. 100 beginnings and endings nested within 1,000,000 more.
And it's so weird hearing the wrong voice out of the gods.
As Reston's swollen body ruptures, the effect is like a dam bursting. Ghostly figures, as hazy and indistinct as wisps of smoke, continue along the cleared path. Some tumble and rush along, while others amble and drift, but all continue forward. The usher directs your attention to another figure moving down the path. This time, you see High Ovate Arona. As she follows the road, her movements become slow and erratic. Her legs creak with each step, and her feet grow long, thick roots that burrow into the ground. She finally stops, rooted in place.
You found a tree that had lived for centuries. Its roots were deep, and its boughs sheltered many. Why did you cut it down?
I enjoy cutting things down. It was a parasite. While its branches sheltered others, its roots sucked them dry.
All draw their life's energy from the deaths of others. This is why all must remain part of the cycle of death and rebirth. No creature may be a closed loop unto itself.
Verona's body petrifies below, and the shimmering leaves of her hair blow down the path. You seek another who has lived his lives on the brink of the cycle. He sits on the inside of the wheel, observing its revolutions. With each life, he is plucked from the stream and returned to it intact. Why do you hunt Theos? I seek a resolution. In confronting him, I'll put an end to the pain he's caused me.
The only resolution is a clean slate. An end that leads to a new beginning.
Theos serves Wodica. She desires an escape from her own cycle, power without decline. Theos has removed thousands of souls from the cycle so that their essence might empower her. You must stop him, and you must return them to the cycle. What end would it serve to send the souls back into the cycle? Attending to these souls is a question of stability, Watcher, of maintaining the natural order of the world and the ebb and flow of essence. Couldn't they be returned to Hollowborn? As battered, burdened things, do you mix soured wine with fresh? The kindness you seek lies in giving them a new beginning, not shackling them to this life. Cycles are changeless and monotonous. Surely there's a better alternative. The illusion of revolution? It is merely a part of another cycle, and a painful one. True change has structure, geometry. It is the product of cycles within cycles, 1,000 gears spinning and moving the universe by degrees. What's wrong with Wodica seizing this power? The cycle of Kith is a thing of balance. Likewise is the cycle of gods. We rise and fall in the favor of mortals, only to fall and rise again. But Wodica seeks the power to place herself outside this cycle. She would root herself and grow to the detriment of others. Huh. Interesting. So, the whole thing about the cycle of death and rebirth also applies to the gods. That's fucked up. And Wodica is trying to prevent it. Huh. I think I understand what you're telling me. I only show you the motion of the universe, Watcher. I don't see what this has to do with me. Theos builds a dam to divert water from a street. The flow of thousands of souls will shape the world you live in, Watcher. It will also shape the world your soul returns to in its next lives. Why does Wodica even need Theos' help? And why do you need mine for that matter? The gods guide souls through the cycle of death and rebirth, but Aora is the... Aora. What the hell is Aora? That's a new word.
The world.
Okay. Aora is the domain of mortals. We stand aside, weights and counterweights. Were one to alter the tides of Kith, all would follow. We would tip this world from its axis. That is why Wodica directs a mortal to do her bidding, and why any who would stop Theos must be mortal as well. I must go to Sun and Shadow now.
No mortal can survive the descent into the pit. But there are souls on the burial isle that are pledged to me. I will grant them to you, and they shall bear you down safely, as well as light the way beyond.
A multitude appears at the other end of the road, raising their voices and kicking up dust as they make their way toward you. Return them to the Cycle Watcher. Promise that you will, and I shall give you power befitting a champion of death. Accept my favor, however, and I will demand this decision as your due. I collect from all mortals in time. I promise.
And each of the gods has something different they want you to do with the souls.
So, in the interest of time, do you remember what the other gods want?
Yes, Hylia will tell you to send them back to the Hollowborn. Galloway will tell you to use them to strengthen the living people in the Deerwood. And what was the other one?
Rimgwin?
Rimmergrand, right. Just guess what he wants you to do with them.
Destroy them.
Yes.
Okay. So, honestly, just thinking about the way the cycle of death and rebirth works in this game, or in this universe, I suppose, just listening to those options, I think the Barath has the best option, which is, sorry, the Hollowborn are fucked. But we all knew that. So kill the Hollowborn. Kinda sucks. Nobody's going to be happy with it, but they're not alive as it is. Because they don't have souls. So, I don't know. I promise to return the souls to the cycle. So be it, Watcher. Do not forget your promise. The usher reaches out and places a bony hand on your forehead. His touch overwhelms you and you feel yourself expand. Blinded, you reach out only to find another grasping hand of the same size and shape as yours, reaching back. Ooh, Barath's boon. When at last you open your eyes again, you are standing in Ter Evron, filled with Barath's power.
Oh.
Barath's boon! +1 resolve, yay! +5 defense against petrified and paralysis attacks. Cool.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
I'll hold up.
Oh, cool. Alright, Durance. You got anything you want to say? Because I think you kind of need to.
Yeah, we're running out of time, cleric buddy.
I want to help you with whatever it is that your problem is, because I don't know. Oh, yeah, he
He does want to talk.
Cool. Hold on. Athletics.
Yep.
And survival. Arcane Reflection.
Chain lightning and death ring.
Chain Lightning is Chain Lightning, and Death Ring is...
Actually, that's not nearly as good as I remember it being.
That's Aldazim's Horrid Wilting.
Yes.
Freezing Pillar
what
is
is it?
Hobbled.
Maybe Archimede's Capricious Hex. That's the one.
Dazed, Sickened, Paralyzed.
Yeah, that shit's great.
Alright. And then Spell Mastery of...
Corrosive Siphon's pretty good.
Cancel Hot's Corrosive Siphon.
Endurance.
Let's talk to our boy.
What is it, Watcher?
Does what we learned about Wodica trouble you?
It stinks of her. It is justice, but if her greater purpose was to think Margaret would fall prey to such deceit. And Aethys. Widewin had always claimed to be invading Deerwood to free it. What if it were true? What if he had come to stop Wodica's plot before it began? Surely Aethys earned his death at Godhammer Citadel, but not for those reasons. Not to keep him silent. If such a thing has brought about this chaos...
Durance tilts his head as if listening to an inner voice. Then he frowns, the frown deepening as he speaks.
Must we always be tools of gods? If Woodica and Margrin, if they are the cause of this, the Hollowborn, if the purges were never necessary, if Aethys was fighting back.
Purges?
We started saving the Aothasians from themselves, burning any that didn't die with their god. Heresy in Raed Ceres is one thing. Heresy here in the Deerwood comes with a more personal touch.
Why the purges?
As I see it, every Aothasian who still lives in the Deerwood puts the nation at risk, is another dagger held to the throat of our faith. Root them out, burn them, or send them back to Raed Ceres to wallow in the blood of their failure. I suspect the answers will seed more questions. It stinks, surely. Must
Blah, blah,
we
blah.
always be tools of gods? If Woodica and Margrin, if they are the cause of this, the Hollowborn, if the purges were never necessary, if Aethys was fighting back.
Aethys needed to be stopped, and so does Woedica.
I know, it had to be done.
Would it have been better had you been spared this knowledge?
No, I am glad to have walked this far with you, seen this truth. Perhaps it was what I was meant to see, with a watcher's eyes. All these dances of words and intrigues, machines of men, twisted, ripping the souls of children, and by the gods, the goddess of justice. If I could end her like Aethys, Margrin burned her once. One can do so again. Woodica, she must answer to her own justice.
Justice or revenge?
Anyone with a shred of spirit seeks both justice and punishment. It burns in the heart of anyone who lives. All seek it. If the world does not balance, we all drown in the oceans. And the gods would not care. Margrin, she must be redeemed. And punishing Woodica, that will serve.
This seems kind of like an important choice point right here.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know that Margrin was not a willing accomplice, or Margrin was allied with Woedica? She tried to kill all the makers of the God Hammer. Margrin...
She do be trying to kill Durance's friends, though.
That's true. Margrin was allied with Woedica. She tried to kill all the makers of the God Hammer.
Is this some final joke at my expense? To test my faith further? And why would you think that, Watcher?
The others who made the God Hammer, they all died, didn't they? That's why I saw their symbols fade from your staff.
If all you have are questions, then I have enough of those. She is a bitch of a goddess, to be sure, but even a whore only goes so far in crossing those she serves.
You said you left Ashfall without telling anyone of your departure?
You answer a question with a question. Then why did I feel her disappointment at Halgot? Why were we shamed?
Because I think she tried to kill you there.
Kill me? She is a goddess. I still drink from her burning breasts, Watcher. If she wished me dead, she could trace me to my source and kill me.
Not certain, it's just a feeling I have.
That is all you have, a feeling. If feelings provoked me to say every thought that crossed my mind, get gone and leave me to my thoughts.
Still not fucking done. Unless it is. Oh, it is. Isn't it?
Nope, it's 2 above where your cursor is.
It seems probable that Magrin would have been in league with Wotica given that the Godhammer was Magrin's work, but Durrance still seems to be in denial. If I can make that case to him using his own words as my evidence, I may be able to break Magrin's hold over him.
Hey
So,
there.
there's-
Time to talk to Durrance more.
Oh, hello.
Oop.
Stop right there.
Okay.
You're in the wrong city, Inquisitor. Did you think you wouldn't be recognized here in your old home? I've seen your trials with my own eyes.
I have seen you light pyres with good people tied to them, people I've known many a year. He seizes you by the throat and your airway tightens, whether real or imagined you cannot tell. They deserve your confession. He raises the point of his sword, holding it a hair's breadth from your eye.
Suros, what are you doing?
Startled, the soldier releases you immediately and turns to face the speaker, a woman in a plain wool tunic, fully a head shorter than he, but somehow seeming to tower over him. You have seen this woman's face before, but from afar, bloodied and burned as she lay stretched across an iron wheel. At the moment, it is marked only with concern.
An assassin sent by the Inquisition, my lady, daring to approach our camp.
If she is so poor an assassin as to approach an armed guard in daylight, I should have little to fear. I would hear what this woman has to say. She stares him down until he can no longer face her. He turns away, sour-faced, and pretends to be suddenly distracted by something far off.
My own sister. Returned home. I never dreamed this day would come.
I just wanted to see you again. I've come to help you in any way I can. I've come to believe your teachings to be true. The evils I've done in the name of the Inquisition are too great for me to bear. I want to help you end it. All of those are lies. Or we tell the truth. Any suggestions?
Whatever you feel is best, Dave. Do you want to lie to your own sister? Would you do that, Inquisitor?
Yeah.
Or would you try and betray Theos?
I mean, I really hate Theos.
Perhaps you hated him in a past life.
Grand Inquisitor Theos Ixarcanon dispatched me here to spy on you. Are things as desperate as that over there? I'd never have known. Hope your next assignment is more stimulating. Listening to my lectures is dull work for a spy. But there are few things stronger than the bonds of family. I should never have doubted we'd be reunited one day. Whatever your reasons, I've missed you over all these years. Having you here now at a time when I'm surrounded by strangers is a wonderful gift.
I would like for you to stay here in our camp as my guest.
I literally just told her I'm coming to spy on her, and she's like, yeah, chill out.
My lady Irvara, I beg of you. This is an Inquisitor. This is a desperate attempt on your life. The only way it can succeed is if you allow it to.
This is a missionary, same as I was, taught the wrong things as I was. If I can't have faith in one woman's ability to reason once she knows the truth, what hope do we have?
My lady, she admits being a spy.
That should make her less of a threat, wouldn't you agree? I have nothing to hide. All I see here is an opportunity to persuade someone who could help us. We have many former missionaries here. They are our most loyal, our most helpful. Many have died for us. These are not people we should be turning away. And if the Inquisition wants my life, they can have it. But they know as well as I do that my cause will not die with me. Come, we have much to talk about.
Interesting.
Hey there.
So even when you tell her the truth, she chooses to believe you and trust you. Huh.
Sure.
Alright, next time on Character Select, I guess we're going to go to Burial Isle and throw ourselves into a pit.
Yay!
That'll be a good time. But thank you very much for watching. Make sure to click that like button down below if you liked it, and Savin.
We have one thing to do before you go to Barrel Island.
Oh, what?
Go into this huge building here.
This one?
Yeah.
This isn't a building, though.
Yeah, it is.
Huh.
There's a doorway, Dave.
Shh. The Hall of Warriors?
Mm-hmm.
Is this a quick thing or no? Like, is this another episode thing or just wrap up here?
It shouldn't take a whole episode.
Okay.
But it is important we do it.